That was a good question. Hold on. Would really love resources for healthy boundary settings other than getting angry or withdrawing. Thank you for saying that. So it is reasonable and understandable and the very effect of emasculation on good men in a marriage that they withdraw from the relationship. That's what emasculation does. So I see comments sometimes where a man will say, well, it's the husband's own fault for letting his wife do that. But what we have to understand about good men is that they really do see their wives in a good light and see the good things about her because that's their internal emotional state. And the emasculation, it's like a spell. Emasculation is like a spell that women put on men, or like a web we throw over men, to where good men get disillusioned, and really the emasculation truly works to weaken them, to strip them of their power, and not know what to do in the face of what's happening, and then begin to doubt themselves and really question and believe that they are somehow the problem. And when we emasculate as women, we are pushing men away. We have built walls and we push the men away. And their reaction in response to that is withdrawing or getting angry, because that the emasculation is provoking a man to do that. And so a good man has to recognize, and this is what I teach good men in my men's course, is a good man has to recognize the healthy boundaries isn't withholding and anger, because that makes a good man feel worse about himself and weakens him. It's the ability to stand up respectfully to the emasculation, face the wrath and scorn of a woman, and to learn to, I'll give some simple examples. So, my husband called it, when I make mistakes and I'm in my woman ways, my husband says, "Oh my God, you just chicked out on me." And this actually happened earlier this week. And I did the crazy making thing where I asked my husband if he wanted something. I said, "But if you don't want it, that's okay. But if you do want it, da da da," like, the like back and forth. And then a man is like, "What do you want, woman?" My husband called me out. And he said, "You just totally chicked out on me. What do you want?" And I got defensive. I had a weak moment. I got defensive. I said, "What? That's not what I meant." And he said, "Yes, you did." And he said it strongly and firmly without any malice toward me. He wasn't angry, but he was firm. And he said, "Yes, you did." And that woke me up and grabbed my attention. I am a woman who wants to change, who wants to be called out, who wants to take accountability. So I thank you and sat there for a minute, took a deep breath. I was like, "You're right." And I proceeded to tell him what I wanted. He said, "Thank you." And then we moved on and it was fine. So that's an example of setting a healthy boundary. He wasn't going to fall for me chicking out on him, and he called it out. Now, how that could have looked if I was a woman who doesn't do my work, who doesn't want to take responsibility, is that I would have sucked him into the crazy making, made him wrong, and it would have ended up in a fight. Or him holding a healthy boundary, not going into that withdrawing or anger, would have said, "This is on you. This is not a healthy dialogue anymore. I'm going to go and do my own thing for the rest of the evening." And that's not withdrawing. That's a conscious choice of how you're behaving is not healthy right now. So I'm going to go do my own thing. You can figure this out. And she might go back and, "Nope, we're not going here. See you in a little bit." And then the good man has to prepare for the extreme withholding that happens. But that's where he finds his strength in not withdrawing, not giving his power away to let his wife push him away to that place of withdrawing or to anger. There's a really good movie called The Last Samurai, where there's a scene in the rain where Tom Cruise is goes to fight the master samurai, and the master samurai just keeps just knocking Tom Cruise down to where he's just like face down in the mud. But eventually, over time, Tom Cruise gains the strength to be stronger than the master samurai and goes through the training. I often equate that experience in that movie to a good man's journey, where his wife will beat him down, kick him down, and he becomes strong enough by facing it and stepping into what I call the lion's den to find his strength. Keep stepping in into where he's the master, not in a derogatory way. He's the master and has met his match and can stay totally grounded and solid in himself, knowing who he is and not buying into what his wife is trying to make him believe that he is. That's how that's how good men set healthy boundaries. The first principle that I teach in my course is because you are a good man, who you are and what you do is reasonable, regardless of what your wife thinks. And a good man has to be grounded in that because his wife will try to make him think every which way that he is not reasonable, that he is the problem, and that he is wrong. Hello again. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. For those women listening who know you are the problem and want a path forward to take responsibility to change your own inner turmoil and unhappiness, I have a course for women called the Happiness Program, which is the solution to the unhealthy relationship you have with yourself and the issues and challenges that you have in your life and your marriage. You can find the link in the description below to schedule a free consultation with me. And for the good men listening who want a solution to take back the power you have unknowingly given away to your wife, I have a course for you too called the Marriage Rescue Program for Good Men Only that teaches you how to rebuild your strength and confidence as a good man so that you can navigate the relationship you have with your wife in a healthy, constructive way. Again, you can find the link below in the description to schedule a free consultation with me. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking with you soon.